Hey guys, welcome to Rad Tech Reviews. My name is Kyle, and today we're going to be talking about Man of Steel. So go ahead and like and subscribe. You can follow my Twitter or my letterbox. Those are in the description down below. Obviously, Man of Steel is the intro to the DC Extended Universe, which was started by Zack Snyder, and we all know kind of how that ended. Abruptly, unfortunately. If we ever get Justice League Part 2, his vision of it, I will be a very happy camper because I loved his cut of Justice League. And this right here is definitely my favorite Superman solo movie. I enjoy the Christopher Reeves ones. I can see why people who grew up then still stick by it, just like people who stick by Michael Keaton's Batman. But to me, by far, Henry Cavill's the best Superman. I feel like there's really no competition. He's got the frame. He plays the hero well. He plays the Clark Kent well. And I just love kind of what they did in this movie in terms of the origin stuff. And they changed it here and there just slightly. Not too many big risks. Stylistically, this movie's just fantastic, and I would stick by it forever, probably. So I don't really think I need to get into the general version of this. Most people know what this is about. You got Superman, you got Krypton, you got Zod. I mean, what more do you need to know plot-wise? So we'll go ahead and jump into spoilers. You get a great opening here, where you get to see kind of the demise of Krypton in its last however many days, weeks, I'm not entirely sure. That part's really cool. You got Russell Crowe, he's Clark's dad. The whole reveal that they had a child in secret. Usually they're supposed to be designed for specific purposes. They decided to have one in a biological way. Decide to put all of the DNA from Krypton, into Clark and send him off so that, in a way, their people are surviving. And then Michael Shannon as Zod is fantastic. He really brings the energy and the menace. Love the way he yells, I will find him. That whole part right there, before they get crystallized and sent up into space in their dick-looking, whatever you want to call it, I don't even know. It looks like a bunch of dildos. It just does. His right-hand person, Faora, she's awesome. She's pretty badass. Nobody talks about her enough, I don't think. And then I really like the kind of background bits you get sprinkled throughout of Clark when he's a kid. You get Lana Lang for a moment there. That's pretty cool. You see... really my only issue with this movie, and I know it's an issue a lot of people have, and I can understand why. Jonathan Kent's death is just stupid. Him not dying by a heart attack is, I get you want to do your own thing, kind of take your own risk, do your own spin on it, but him dying by a heart attack is so important and vital to Clark's backstory and kind of what he goes through on his way to becoming Superman, that I feel like that's something that shouldn't be changed. The whole point of the heart attack is he's Superman. He can stop and do anything, but stop that. Instead they have him die in a way where he could have easily saved him. Yeah, he listens to his dad and decides not, and doesn't do it, but it was a situation where if he wanted to, easy peasy, he could have gotten him right out of there. And I just don't like that. I just don't. Other than that, I don't have any issues with this movie. I love the characters, I love the acting. Some of the jokes are a little forced, especially the one at the very end where the girl's like, he's kind of hot. That's so just cringy. But everything else, you know, you got when he saves the oil rig, that's awesome. You get a little reference to Aquaman there, you know, that's pretty cool. Everything involving Lois, I really like Amy Adams as Lois Lane. They really kind of show off how good she is as an investigative reporter, which is good. She's not just a damsel in distress, she actually plays a part with her own brain as her own person. And then once Zod actually ends up on the planet with that really creepy voice message, that's like a straight horror section of the movie, and I love that shit. And from that point on, it's pretty much hit the ground running for the last hour on the action. You get really inventive action that you've seen recreated on Supergirl and stuff, where they're flying through the sky fighting and stuff, and a lot of destruction going on. I mean, so many people probably died during that final fight throughout the city. You get a really cool kind of moment when Clark's in the world engine. He's kind of like on ground level, shooting down on him, and his face is distorted a little bit. And I don't know if they actually overlaid Christopher Reeve's face onto his, but it really looks like they did, and I thought that was really cool, assuming that is what they were going for. And then, yeah, the big controversial ending. I mean, this was debated a lot when it came out. It's still debated here and there, I see on the internet. Clark killing Zod. You know, do you agree with it? Not agree with it? Obviously, in terms of Clark's character, we know him as the heart of gold, good Samaritan who would never kill anybody. I think that moment adds a lot of good depth to his character, because he had to make a choice, and he had to make a choice that broke him to an extent. Yeah, Zod's evil. He deserved to die. But then his reaction after doing it was anguish. And I think that's really powerful, you know? Sometimes doing what's necessary isn't a good thing, whether the person deserves it or not. Yeah, fantastic movie. One of the best origin stories there is. I hope to hell that we get that Justice League Part 2 someday. And on Fridays, I'm going to be going through the DCEU for the most part. That's kind of what my plan's going to be. So that's when I watch this. I watch this on Friday. I'm uploading this on Sunday, but I did watch this on Friday. I usually schedule out my entire week. It doesn't mean the videos themselves are going to get out the same day as I watch something. It just depends. But yeah, overall, I give this 4.5 out of 5 stars. That half-star deduction is strictly because of the Jonathan Kent death. I just think that's a mistake. As far as you guys go, if you've seen it, let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll talk about it. Thanks.